He smirked, throwing another woman's number at me. My turn to cheat. You deserve this punishment. He expected tears. He expected me to beg. He didn't expect me to laugh. Punishment, I said, pulling up the text where he admitted everything. No, this is revenge. His face went white. I need a reality check from people who aren't involved. Because I think my husband has finally broken my brain. The abuse started almost immediately after we got together. Physical, mental, the whole 9 yards. Once we were married, it got a million times worse. He became obsessed with my baby's father and would come up with these insane, paranoid fantasies. I'm not talking about him finding a weird text. I'm talking about him accusing me of bringing a guy into our house and sleeping with him in the guest room while he was awake in our bedroom. It was pure craziness designed to make me feel like I was the one losing my mind. A few months ago, I hit my wall. I just couldn't take another day of it. I packed a bag and left. The problem was, I had nowhere to go. Literally nothing. No family. No friends with a spare couch. Nothing. The second I walked out that door, I was homeless. My baby daddy heard what happened. And he offered me a place to stay. It wasn't a romantic thing. It was a "you're the mother of my child, and you can't be on the street" thing. I took it because I had no other choice. About a week later, my husband called. I don't know if it was loneliness or just plain stupidity, but I agreed to meet up with him. It ended with us having sex. And it was over in like a minute. He came way too quick. And I was just pissed. All that drama, and for what? So I told him. I said, "Are you serious? That's what I came all the way out here for." His face went cold. He looked right at me and said, "Well, maybe if your pussy wasn't so loose from screwing your baby daddy all week, I would have lasted longer." I just wanted to be done. My brain just short-circuited. I hadn't touched my baby daddy. The accusation was so specific. So vile. It was engineered to cut as deep as possible. My first thought wasn't even sadness. It was just this blinding, white-hot rage. He's doing it again. He's twisting reality to make me the bad guy. The argument went from 0 to 100 in seconds. And it turned physical. He eventually just took off walking, leaving me there shaking with fury. And in that moment, something in me snapped. I was so full of hate and hurt. And I wanted to make his sick fantasy a reality. I went back to my baby daddy's place. And I did it. I slept with him. It was 100% petty. It wasn't about passion. It was a desperate, angry act aimed at a man who wasn't even there. But I'm an honest person. To a fault. The guilt of holding that secret started eating me alive. So a few days later, I told my husband everything. I told him that I did it. And I told him it was because of what had said and done to me. We eventually got back together, trying to move past it. But that one night has become the justification for everything that's happened since. He holds it over my head constantly. So I have to ask you guys, considering I'd already left him, and it happened right after he accused me and got physical. Was I actually the one in the wrong here? Did I cheat? Believe it or not, we were actually doing good for a little while after I came back. It felt like we might have a chance. Then, he got arrested for something totally unrelated to me and was sent to jail. Just like that, I was on my own again. And because our housing was tied to him, I was homeless. Again. For the first few months, I worked myself to the bone. And every single dime I earned went straight onto his books. I made sure he could eat, make phone calls, have what he needed. I was still his wife. And I felt it was my duty. Then one day, he called. And I had to tell him the money was gone. There was nothing left to give. His entire tone changed. It wasn't worried or understanding. It was cold. "What do you mean there's no more money?" he demanded. I told him I had nothing left. That I'd put everything I had on his account. He just cussed me out. Then he said the words that completely blew up my world. "You know what? Fine. I've been cheating on you the whole time anyway." My brain couldn't process it. All the paranoid accusations. The fights. The insane jealousy, it was all a lie. It was projection. He wasn't afraid of what I might do. He was just telling me what he was already doing. Before I could even respond, he blocked me. Blocked my number. Blocked me on all the jail apps. For 2 weeks, I was completely cut off. Homeless. Broke. And now, officially abandoned by my husband, who had just admitted to being a serial cheater. During those weeks he had me blocked. A guy I'd been friends with for a few months became something more. He saw what a wreck I was. He listened. He was kind. He was everything my husband wasn't. And I fell for him. We started seeing each other. When my husband finally unblocked me 2 weeks later, the very first thing I did was tell him the truth. I said, "While you had me blocked, I started seeing someone else." I expected him to explode. But he didn't care. Not at first. He just shrugged it off. Because it turned out he'd been talking to his ex the whole time, the same woman had been cheating on me with throughout our relationship. Apparently, she was putting money on his books, too. It felt like we were both in this weird, unspoken truce where we were both seeing other people. The marriage felt like it was completely over. Just a piece of paper connecting us. But when he was finally released, everything changed. I don't know why, but I ran straight back to him, ending things with the new guy. I thought we could finally start over. Now that all the secrets were out. I was so wrong. So here's my second question. He admitted to cheating on me for years. Told me about it while I was penniless. And then completely abandoned me. Did I cheat on him by finding comfort in someone else during that time? The day he got out of jail, I dropped everything and ran back to him. I ended things with the new guy. Believing that now, with all the secrets supposedly out in the open, we could actually start fresh. I've never been more wrong about anything in my life. Ever since he came home, my life has been one long, drawn-out punishment. He has made it explicitly clear that my actions have given him a free pass. His exact logic is that since I was with 2 other people once after I left him, and once after he abandoned me, he now has the right to cheat on me whenever he wants, with whomever he wants, as a form of payback. He says my cheating erased all of his, so I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to earn back a trust that he never gave me in the first place. I am up his ass all day. Every day. Doing everything he asks without question. My phone might as well be his property. I don't touch it when he's in the room because his jealousy is off the charts. I've cut off friends. I don't go anywhere. I spend all my energy trying to prove that I am 100% committed to fixing our marriage. And it doesn't matter. None of it matters. He's still cheating. He doesn't even try to hide it anymore. He makes it clear that he will sleep with whoever he wants. And every single time I get the courage to confront him about it, he throws it all back in my face. It's always the same line. You cheated on me. You don't get to say anything. You need to fix this relationship before I stop. But how can I fix a relationship when he's actively destroying it and blaming me for handing him the hammer? So this is where I'm at. Reddit. My mind is so twisted up from the abuse and the gaslighting that I honestly can't tell what's real anymore. On one hand, yes, we were legally married when I slept with those 2 people. But on the other, the first time was after I had left him over his abuse and he had just provoked me into a physical fight with a disgusting accusation. The second time was after he confessed he'd been cheating on me for our entire relationship and then completely abandoned me, leaving me homeless and blocking all contact. He says I'm the one who cheated, and therefore I deserve this. He says I'm the reason our marriage is broken, and I'm the only one who can fix it by accepting his behavior. I need to know if he's right. Am I guilty in a way that justifies this never-ending punishment? Am I the asshole here? Or have I just been taking his abuse for so long that he's finally convinced me I deserve it? Please, I need to know who's in the right here. Because if I'm not the guilty one, then I have to stop being here and finally leave for good.